So here it begins. It's now after September 1st, meaning any song released could be the winner of Eurovision 2019. So while we wonder what the winner might be and wonder what trait the haters will despise, let's have a look at 5 things I want to see in Israel 2019 on this episode of Eurovision Song Breakdown. Don't worry, the name Eurovision Song Breakdown will become more accurate as time goes on, but hang on until we actually get some songs other than the Switzerland ones, and then we'll be all fine. So, number 1, I want to have a drum and bass song. Now, I know this is already way too specific, but it's just something that I've really wanted ever since 2014. I just want something that's really high tempo, even something that's obviously in the very more electronic area, but it's got a high tempo, like a happy hardcore or just hardcore, or what I think would work best, drum and bass. 2018 had a weird BPM range between 59 beats per minute and 180, but that 180 was Italy, so it wasn't really 180. Only 5 of the 43 was over the typical 128 beats per minute that you normally see in Eurovision. And drum and bass has worked before, and it's been seen before in Eurovision in Hungary 2014 and in Melodifestivalen when Nano came second, and then kind of in Serbia's 2017. But that didn't really fully utilize the drum and bass tempo or the beats. But it's just something that I want to see. It's a genre that I've not seen enough of, and I know will work when properly executed. So I think it's about time to bring it back. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's always just my opinion on this show. But that's number 1. Which brings me on to number 2. I want to see some good creative use of the stage and camera work and lighting. Sweden, I know this is exactly what you're into, so please do it again. I love the staging for Sweden 2018. I love that type of thing. I'm a fan of well thought out design in lighting and camera work. It's part of my career and a part of my education. So it's always something that I always have in mind when watching Eurovision performances. Unique staging that I'm thinking of. When you think unique staging, you obviously think of quite a few. You think of Sweden 2015, you think of Russia 2016, and then what I often think of is Euphoria by Loreen for lighting and how that was designed. And it's just creating an entire atmosphere and world and immersing the audience into that. Now, that's what I want to see in a Eurovision entry. And that's a potential winning Eurovision entry, since all of those ones I've listed did very well or just flat out won. To me, 2018 didn't really live up to that. Every now and again with like Cyprus and Austria, some of the lighting designs and the set designs and the way that the camera worked with it really did help boost the song in terms of, watchability and immersibility. Making up words here, but it doesn't matter, you know what I mean. It obviously only fits certain songs, but good songs have died over bad staging. FYI of Macedonia, famously dying over bad staging and bad camera work. And it's just such a shame because it's a make or break situation, and I want to see more makes. I want to see that crystal professional stage work, camera work, lighting design. It's just something that I really love. And again, something very specific, but expect that. I like very specific things. Moving on to another specific thing, number 3, I want good live sound mixing at this Eurovision. Sweden 2016 nailed it, Ukraine 2017 did not nail it, and Portugal 2018 was just alright. So I don't know what Israel's going to have in store for us, but I hope they take some ideas from Sweden 2016 and utilize them here, because it makes or breaks a song, and it really affects the viewing audience at home without even them realizing. Having a really bad mix to the listening audience, or having technical faults like Estonia 2017, it really breaks the illusion and the immersion of the song, and it breaks the atmosphere like I was talking about in my previous point. Obviously, I'm very interested in the backstage and the technology of the show since there's so much and so much detail, so it's obviously something I'm going to hark on about a lot when reviewing Eurovision songs and national final songs. So that was my number 3. And number 4, I just want 3 minutes of pure 100% saccharine happiness, whether it's commercial happiness or not. Like Malta in 2013, or Belarus in 2017, or You and I by Esmik Shiroyan in the 2018 Armenian national final. These 3 examples are something exactly that I want in 2019. It's something that I want because it's not going to be that polarizing or divisive. It's going to be something that you enjoy and that you smile at and you're happy with and you dance to. Because it's not polarizing and divisive, it may not win, but it'll be a big mood lift. It will just make everyone happier, and it will maybe even help the next act. It may still do well, but we'll just have to see. But that's definitely something I want to see, and that's my number 4. And finally, at number 5, you may notice a trend with these. It's either something very specific in the music department or very specific in the technology department. I want gorgeous graphics and aesthetics. I'm more than happy them to add some relation to Israel and their culture. It worked very well for me for Ukraine 2017. But I want them to have a contemporary and sharp feel. Like, something that not many people remember, but I definitely do, is the different fonts and the different way that they introduced themselves in Sweden in 2016. When you look back at them, you think, oh wow, that's actually very creative and very nice in the way to introducing this unique country with this unique introduction. It's simple and it's memorable, and I think that's something that they really need to latch onto and enjoy. I'm really just promoting Sweden 2016, but you got to admit, they did it pretty good. Everything about it was pretty good, and now you're thinking about, I wish it was Sweden 2016. But I have every faith that Israel will do something just as good. And that concludes my list. Thank you very much for listening. Please put in the comments what you would like to see at Israel 2019. Check out my remix on the info card on the right and at the end slate. And I hope to see you again for the next Eurovision Song Breakdown.